Hello, it's Adair Palmer here. Now I'm doing a live feed because I'm writing my fortnightly newsletter about Facebook Live, and I thought, well, what better way to do the newsletter but do it live? And I thought, well, I'll share some stuff with you about what I'm doing, and I'll share some stuff with you which is the things that are going to be in my newsletter. And at the same time, I'm going to, it says here connection is weak, so hopefully I won't get bumped off. But what I want to do is, it's a bit interesting, because what I want to do is show you what is going to be on my the newsletter for this week. But I really wanted to share with you a mind map that I have recently done, because that's a bit exciting too, and it's around Facebook for small business. Obviously it is. Now I'll just turn around and I'm going to just see if I can figure this out. I'm just going to turn around the video. Okay, so what I've got here, before I get into the newsletter thing, this is my mind map, and I was taught how to do mind maps by Shane Fozzard from the Australian Success Academy when we did the NLP training, the mastery training up in Queensland. I'm finding them absolutely brilliant. What I wanted to share with you about this mind map is that I'm trying to get a total picture of exactly what it is that we need as small business owners to get our heads around and to be across for our Facebook business pages or our groups, anything that is actually going to be helpful, and what's the total picture. And that's what I found a mind map was best for, was getting the overall picture. So as you can see, I actually start here where it says create your page, and there's some things around what you do when you create your page, and then I go on to getting likes. And when I started my Facebook, when I just started my Facebook page, which was the Facebook for Small Business Owners page, I got 200 likes in 2 days, which was really exciting. And what I'd like to do in a future live video is I'm going to actually share with you how I did that. But for now, we're going to look at things like, and we've got creating content, working into groups, your avatar or your ideal persona when you're marketing, who you're looking for, scheduling and posting, events, doing events from your Facebook page, and then we're looking at live video, which is what we're doing now, advertising, paid advertising, so boosted ads, and then we're looking at also using your profile page, because here is an area that I think many people don't do very well, and there's something we could do a lot better as small business owners. And then there's also Messenger, and there's some really exciting things coming out. Here we are, I'm back. There's some really exciting things coming out around Facebook Messenger that it's going to be interesting to see where that ends up, because I hear that they are doing some things that's actually, Facebook would like Facebook Messenger to be like the next, I suppose, for a business, like the 1-800 numbers that we use currently. But that's not why I'm here today. What I'm here today for is to share with you, I've just got my notes here, that I'm putting together just some different things about using Facebook Live, and that's why I thought I'd just use live to tell you about Facebook Live, which is a bit exciting, and I think it's wonderful. Okay, so it is one of the, I've put it down as the biggest thing since sliced bread. It's a bit of an old saying, but it is really quite exciting about the sorts of things that you can do with Facebook Live. And it is going to be really big. Now, I was watching the CMO of Facebook earlier today doing his presentation at the Marketo event in Las Vegas, and he was saying that there was an average of people spend around they spend more time online than what they do watching TV these days, which is really interesting. And they also spend an average of, I've just got some notes here, an average of 7 hours online. And they watch an average of 7 hours of video, but what they do is they do it in 5 hours. So how I guess they do that is using multiple devices. So you're watching me on video here, and you've also maybe got YouTube or something going, or you're doing a chat. I'm still getting my head around that one, but they do watch 7 hours in 5 hours of time. So it means that it's really such a big thing. So people are taking in information via video in much greater ways, and YouTube has been showing that for a long time. So what else have I got for you? It's Adair here. I'm just come on live to share with you some information. I'm putting together my fortnightly newsletter, and I just thought I would love to share with you some stuff around my latest creation, my Mindmap, which you can see behind me. I went through that earlier, and now I'm also looking at doing some things, just sharing with you some things that I'm going to be putting in my newsletter. So let's see. One of the other things that he said was that the way that people interact with each other is changing absolutely radically, and it's changing minute to minute, and the way that people interact with business is changing radically as well. And I have a great example of that. Just this morning we found out I'm going to Melbourne soon to do a workshop, and found out that I needed some extra information. And what I did was I just jumped on to their Facebook page, found their page, and sent them a message on Messenger, and I got an instant response. Instead of sending an email, instead of phoning a 1-800 number, it was just so easy, and the interaction was just like you're engaging with somebody, sort of like your friend or your family, but you're asking a business question. And that leads me to, I always get inquiries through Facebook or Facebook Messenger for my business. So most of my business is coming through Facebook, and it's also for the inquiries that I get. So people aren't tending to pick up the phone anymore. People aren't tending to send an email. Mostly it actually is, done by Facebook Messenger or Facebook chat. Now the back to the live video. I'm getting a little bit sidetracked because there's so much information. And what I wanted to mention was that with Facebook Live, if it's live, it gets far, far more organic reach than what it does than any other form of post. So when you're live, Facebook wants people seeing you live, and they will circulate your live video, your live feed at a much higher rate than what they would if it was a normal post, or if it was after you've finished the feed and you've just got the video sitting there. So that's something that is really, really getting people, and particularly business owners who are wanting to connect with other people, really getting people encouraged and enthused about Facebook Live, because for free reach, for free opportunity to reach more people. If this is the way that it's being done, then get on board and do it as well. What else have I got here? I'm going to say announce you'll be live before you go live. Well, that's something that I could definitely get better at, and we will as we go on have a plan and a program, but at the moment it's very spontaneous, and it's always looking for continuous improvement. And that's, you can, wow, one of the really exciting things, I'm actually going to show you this. Hang on a minute. I'll just go, just bear with me. I'm going to show you my screen. I hope it comes up. One of the things that you can do, I've got to get this app so that makes your screen, hang on a minute. One of the things that you can do, come on, it's thinking. All right, now turn that around, and oh dear, Justin Bieber. Okay, if you go to the left hand side of your news feed and you go down to apps, you see here where it says live map. Just click on that, because it is pretty amazing what comes up. It's a map of the world, but watch this. Look at this. This is everywhere in the world where it is live streaming. People are live streaming Facebook, and you can see it's going nuts over here in the Asian countries. We've got a few here on the eastern seaboard, down in Victoria, and then, oops, let's see, and there's someone streaming live in Adelaide. That may be me. There's another, I wonder if it'll come up. That would be funny, wouldn't it, if it was? All 4 viewers. Well, we're going to start somewhere. No, it's not me. HubSpot. I should be catching up with what they're doing. Okay, so this is, and you just hover over it and it tells you where, well, 1,200 viewers here. The most amazing thing I've seen all day, because not that I've been sitting here looking at these, but there was someone over here that was washing a dog, and they had 6,000 people watching them wash their dog. Now this looks like a pretty big, yep. Okay, so you can just hover over it, and then you can see what sort of streaming video it is. So it really does lend a whole new perspective to the idea of live TV, or getting your information from across the world. These little blue dots are people that are actually streaming live, doing live videos onto Facebook as we're speaking, and it's just, I think if you look at this now, live streaming has been, this is my connections week, so I hope it's coming across okay. But I would hazard a guess, and I would say that while you see all these blue dots now, when we look at this, I'll give it, a month or 2 months or even 6 months, this is just going to be mostly blue. I think now we're getting in on the ground floor here. It hasn't been around for an awful long time, and this is something that's really going to go nuts. So you want to be there. Okay, so that's a bit of fun to look at that. Now I'll just get back to my notes. And so if you want to just see who's streaming what and what they're talking about, what's going on in the world, you don't have to wait till the news comes on at 5. In fact, I'd suggest you don't watch the news at 5, because then it's what they feed you. But this, you can actually pick and choose what you hook into, the sorts of things that you can engage with, and the sorts of things that you can look at that may be of interest to you. Okay, let's see, one of the best things for live streaming is that you one of the tips rather is that you are looking at live streaming from between 5 and 15 to 20 minutes. So I think any longer and people will just go, well, it's too long, they maybe hook out. If it's under 5 minutes, well, then it doesn't really give Facebook time to tell people that you're online. So that's just another little tip. Repurposing live feeds. I did a live feed about that, which is on my Facebook page and also on my group, Social Media for Small Business Owners. So check that out when you can. And I think that the only other thing I want to say about this is it's such fun. It shouldn't be scary. It just should be fun. It should be something that you just, really just want people to, what you've got is good stuff and people need to hear about what you've got. This is a perfect opportunity. And if you are feeling like you're a bit worried about it, or just everybody has to start somewhere. So if you need some support to do that, just get in touch with me, because I'd love to help you. And we're all on this journey together, and we can just make it as fun as possible. We can get really creative about the sorts of things that you do, how you do it. It's just, just get in touch with me, because there's all sorts of things that we can do. And as we move on with Facebook Live, and as we find out more and more things and more, though I'm sure Facebook will be bringing in more capacity to do different things with the app or the program here. And it's quite possible that there'll be multiple different, just the scope is just massive. So get on board, get used to it. I'm more than happy to, even if it's role play, I can do that. We can just, talk to each other on the video till you feel comfortable doing it. So, and it actually doesn't take that long. It doesn't take that long at all. You don't have to script stuff. You know what it is that you've got to offer. You know your stuff like no one else does. If you just need a little help, just give me a call and I'll be more than happy to. All right. Well, on that note, it's Adair Palmer signing out. Whoa, I've just one more little thing. Please subscribe, because if you subscribe and you hit the subscribe button, which is on the, I think it's on your side of the screen, hit the subscribe button, then you'll see when I am live and you'll be able to choose whether you hook in or out, but at least you'll have the option because you'll know about it. Okay, so here is to your Facebook success. Okay. Over and out. Bye.